Yeah, hello guys. Today there is another session part 3 about the 1000 important questions. Okay, yeah, if come to this question, which part of the nephron is the most active reabsorption under the influence of ADH? Okay, ADH hormone. Under the ADH hormone, which part of the nephron is actively participated? Mean reabsorption is going to take place. Option A, proximal convoluted tube. B is the loop of Henle. C is collecting duct. D is a distal convoluted tube. Okay, guys, there are two types of reabsorption is going to take place throughout the nephron. Okay, throughout the nephron. This is Bowman's capsule and Henle loop, BCT, PCT, collecting duct. Okay, if come to the nephron, don't confuse. This is nephron, of course. Okay, yeah, in this condition there are two types of reabsorptions. One is obligatory reabsorption, second one is facultative reabsorption. Facultative we can call it is the conditional reabsorption. Condition under control of hormones. Under control of hormones there is a reabsorption. Which part of the nephron facultative reabsorption, which part of the nephron is under control of hormones? Okay, reabsorption or secretion. Reabsorption or secretion, there are two functions going to take place in the Bowman's capsule, which is PCT, Henle loop, DCT, collecting duct. This one part, two parts, and third one, and fourth one. So, in this fourth segments of the nephron, which part of is comes under obligatory, which part is comes under facultative reabsorption? Okay, yeah. If come to this part, yeah, DCT and collecting duct, DCT and collecting duct comes under facultative reabsorption under hormone influence. Obligatory reabsorption, which is PCT and Henle loop, obligatory reabsorption is going to take place between these parts, and facultative reabsorption going to take place in collecting duct and distal convoluted tube. What are the hormones involved? Okay, there are ADH hormones and aldosterone hormone. Okay, these hormones and renin, angiotensin, aldosterone, that RAS system which is activate and DCT and collecting duct. Okay, ADH hormone also act on the part which is DCT. Okay, yeah. If come to this, answer is C. Sorry, collecting duct, not DCT. Collecting duct, antidiuric hormone like ADH. Okay, yeah, ADH. Okay, so it will be, yeah, reabsorption, right? Water reabsorption is more 9% more reabsorption is going to take place under ADH. As for normal reabsorption, under influence of ADH, more 9% like fluid can be reabsorption in the collecting duct place, only collecting duct place which is take place more than 9%, there is a reabsorption level will increase, okay, under ADH influence. Okay. I hope you guys understand this. Yeah, next question. Yeah, what is the mechanism by ADH increase water reabsorption mechanism? Okay, in the what is the mechanism? It is a direct question. There is a aquaporins, they can collect the, yeah, insert the aquaporins. This is the direct answer, guys. There is no mechanism in the collecting duct. Okay, yes. If come to the next question. Yeah, why urea is also found in higher concentration in the medulla during the dehydration? This is thoda innovation question. Okay, during the, yeah, dehydration, if the dehydration, if it is no water is there, no water available is there, okay, where urea found in higher concentration. If water is low, H2O low, urea is higher concentration, urine is higher concentration. Okay, yes, yeah. Option, urea is secreted into the glomerulars, and option B, urea is actively excreted from the loop of Henle. Okay, and third option, urea is recycled from the collecting duct into the medulla, and D option, urea is reabsorbed under the glomerular directly. Okay, yeah. So first option is absolutely wrong answer. Urea is secretes into the glomerular. Urea is secreted into the glomerular. Of course, there is a urea secretes in the glomerular itself, from the glomerular into the Bowman's capsule. Okay. Okay. Urea from the glomerular to Bowman's capsule, absolutely they can filtered, they can filter. Okay. Yeah, here secreted into the glomerular is told. Okay, of course filtered. Urea is actively excreted from the loop of Henle. Yeah, loop of Henle is the concentration of urea here. Loop of Henle, there is a concentration of urea produced here. There is a solution which is 1200 osmolarity there in the Henle loop, right? 1200 mean concentration, right? 1200 osmolarity is there in the Henle loop. So this is wrong. Okay. Third one, urea recycled from the collecting duct into the medulla. And fourth option, urea is reabsorbed from the glomerular directly. Reabsorb, no, urea will not reabsorb in the glomerular directly. This is also wrong. Of course, it is 80% reabsorption in the PCT, but not in the glomerular itself. Okay. Yeah. There is option 3, urea is recycled from the collecting duct into the medulla. We discussed there is a facultative reabsorption. If there is no water availability, this collecting duct have more absorbed into the 9% more absorbed than actually absorption, mean it is 4 times concentration, 4 times concentration than initial filtration. Where there is a PCT, there is a urine which is urea is less concentration than collecting duct. Collecting duct more have concentrated because of they can recycle more times in the collecting duct itself. Okay. Under hormone is aldosterone. Under hormone aldosterone, there is a reabsorption is going to take place in the collecting duct again. Okay. Yeah, again mean repeatedly. Okay. Yeah, I hope you guys understand this. See. Okay, got it? Yes. Next question. Yes. What will happen if efferent arteriole in the efferent arteriole of the glomerular is constricted? This is innovation question. Okay. Efferent arteriole is what? It is the blood vessel, right? It is a blood vessel. Guys, just look into here. This is the blood vessel which is arteriole, efferent arteriole. This is the blood vessel which is efferent arteriole. Between that, the arteriole here divided into capillary network. Okay. Capillary network which is glomerular. Okay. Yes. So, what here they ask, what will happen if the efferent arteriole of glomerular is constricted? Mean if the size will decrease, what happened if the size of efferent arteriole decrease? Mean constricted, not the relaxed like dilator. So, GFR will increase, glomerular filtration rate will increase. Glomerular filtration rate is what? Where there is a like pressure created from here to here. If the pressure created, glomerular filtration rate will increase. GFR, glomerular filtration rate, that is there is a net filtration rate is their optimum is 10 mmHg, right. So, if there is any pressure created, GFR glomerular filtration rate is increase. Okay. Yeah. First option is GFR will increase if it is constructed. If this blood vessel which is the size will decrease, the filtration is increase or not. Second option, GFR will not change. Third option, GFR will decrease. And fourth option, urine formation will increase. What happened here? Answer is there, right, already. Guys, most of the students think that it is heart. From heart, there is a blood which is enter into the this part, 1/5 of the blood, 1/5 of the blood which is enter into the renal artery. Renal artery further divided into capillary, arterial. Arterial. This is the arterial blood which is flow. Blood which is flow into this arterial. There is a filtration is going to created which is under the pressure. If it is constructed, pressure will increase, right? Pressure will increase, right? That leads to the GFR will increase, right? GFR will increase, right? If it is constructed, pressure will created, GFR increase. No. If it is constructed, blood flow decreases here. Blood volume decrease, right? If the blood volume decrease, GFR will decrease. Blood volume decrease because of it is size decrease, right? So blood volume decrease, GFR will decrease. And there is another option, instead of they can give efferent arterial, they can give efferent arterial. If they give efferent arterial instead of efferent arterial, first answer will write. First option is right, because of GFR will increase when efferent arterial size decrease. If the efferent arterial constructed, the blood will not flow this, the volume will not flow this, instead they can filter. Okay? Maybe this time they can change this efferent arterial, instead they can give the efferent arterial. Okay? Yes. So if the efferent arterial, answer this. If the efferent arterial, answer this. Okay? Yes. I hope you guys understand. Most of the students confused here. Yeah, next question. Which part of the nephron is impermeable of water? This is a recent question also. Impermeable of NEA, recent 2024 also. Impermeable of NEA in the which part of the nephron? Impermeable of, this ask you, descending Henle loop. Descending Henle loop is impermeable to the NEA. Actually, they did ask indirect question. Okay? Yeah. Here, which part of the nephron is impermeable of water? PCT. PCT is always permeable. Okay? There is osmolarity. Descending Henle loop, ascending Henle loop, and collecting duct. Guys, in the nephron, okay, this is permeable to the water, ascending Henle loop, okay, impermeable to the Na plus, sodium, impermeable to NaCl, this ascending, descending. Ascending is impermeable of water, permeable to the Na. Permeable Na, impermeable water. Okay? I hope you guys understand. Very easy question. Next. Yeah. A patient shows a GFR, the high creatinine levels and swelling in the legs. Which part of the nephron is most likely to malfunction? Malfunction means there is a bad function. okay, malefied is bad. GFR, glomerular filtration rate, how much it is? How much it is glomerular filtration rate per minute? 125 ml per minute, okay, 125 ml. Yeah, the filtrate at which per minute this filtrate at which per minute how much, which is 125 ml per minute, glomerular filtration rate GFR. If it is not that much, okay, what happened? Mean if there is no filtration, there is a like body going to be swelling, okay, because of there is a fluid is not excrete. So in this condition, what happened? Distal convoluted tube is the reason, Henle loop is the reason, glomerular is the reason, and collecting duct is the reason. Okay, the patient shows GFR, which creatinine levels increase, the swelling in the legs, which part of the nephron more likely to malfunction? Of course, obviously it is glomerular malfunction. There is damage of glomerular blood vessel, okay, that created, okay, yeah. Low GFR, high creatinine indicate the glomerular damage, yeah. Of course, creatinine is the waste product, muscle waste product that should be excrete, mean that should be filtered, okay, yes. Next question, which hormone is not directly involved in the regulation of blood volume but influence urine concentration? Which hormone? Yeah, ADH, aldosterone, renin is directly, okay, ADH, aldosterone, renin is directly. ANF, these guys are RAS mechanism. RAS ki complete opposite is ANF. Complete opposite is ANF, okay, yeah. ANF is the native uretic factor which is reduces the blood volume by promoting sodium and water excretion, not urine concentration directly. Of course, there is like it is reduce the blood volume, okay, by promoting sodium and water excretion, okay. They release from the where? Heart, okay, yes, okay. This is a direct question, guys. Next question. I will explain the difference between RAS mechanism and ANF. I will explain in the class, concept based, okay, yes. Yeah, in a desert mammals, the length of Henle loop is expected to be. This is the most innovative question. This is the most innovative question, guys. Desert mammals, the length of Henle loop is expected to be short to conserve the energy, which is short, or it is long to reduce the sodium loss, and about loss it is conserve the water, and short to increase the urine production. Of course, it is the desert animal, right? Desert animal mean you have to easily element where conserve is the, this is the conserve option is there, conserve option is there, okay, yeah. You have to easily eliminate this and this, okay, Yeah, to short conserve the energy, to long the conserve the water. Water scarcity is there, right? So it is purely logic and thinking. It is enough if you are such a knowledge about desert, water, conserve, enough directly. Okay, it is long. Okay, longer Henle loop, more water reabsorption, the concentrated urine produce, the water conservation is going to take place. Okay, yes. I hope this session will help you guys. We will going to give next session for the next 10 questions. Okay, we are going to discuss each day the important questions, innovative questions where the NEET people has to be focused. We have to be focused on that, and we will going to give you the best teaching. Thank you.